Hey Hoofers team, welcome to RecHub by Pinfire Labs. In this video, I'll be giving you an overview of what RecHub is and all the different actions that you're able to take through it. Now, for those of you who don't know, RecHub is the platform that Hoofers uses to operate all of the different clubs and teams that it runs. So through this, members can log in, they can sign up for events and lessons, they're able to go ahead and take out rental equipment, make their reservations, they can see their order history, purchase memberships, and then it's also where all of those automated emails are going to come from, and you'll be able to use those to communicate with your members. You're also able to pull up various reports based on membership or financial reporting tools. And then this is also where ratings are going to be structured and assigned as well. Now, a couple things before we jump in. I do want to point out I'm currently logged into the members.hoofers.org site. So you'll notice at the top here I have this Switch View tab. Now, each different team and club is going to have its own separate URL, and something that you should be aware of when you're logging in, please make sure that you're logging into the correct URL. So for example, if you're a member of or an admin of the Hoofers Sailing Club, you want to ensure that you're signing into the lessons.hoofersailing website, because otherwise your permissions may not properly transfer over. Permissions aren't going to transfer between the different clubs and teams or to the members site, so you're either going to have permissions in one or the other. So do make sure you check with your supervisor for which you should be logging into. Now, if I do go ahead and click on these, you'll notice that I get this notification that pops up. And so now I am accessing the Scuba Club. If I'm a Scuba admin, I'm going to have all of my proper permissions. But to avoid confusion, we really do recommend just going to the proper URL rather than to the general member site. Now, I'm going to go ahead and log in here. And then the next thing I want to point out, so you'll notice I've got a lot of tabs that have popped up for me in this view. So I'm currently logged in as an administrator, so I have a handful of different permissions that may not be available to everybody. So as you're going through, you'll be able to learn which permissions you do and do not have. But this is going to be a very quick overview, so you'll be able to get an idea of everything. Just keep in mind that you may not have access to the full system. So starting at the top with events, pretty straightforward here. This is where you're able to go ahead and create an event. You can view the events calendar. If you are a trip leader or class instructor, anything along those lines, you can see all of the events that you are leading, as well as anything from the past. You can search for events and then view the active open event list. Now, if I go ahead and click on the calendar, I'm able to see it loads the calendar for all of the different clubs and teams within Hoofers. So to go ahead and filter down, you can select through here which different clubs you want to view. If I want to view freestyle, outing, I can select as many as I want, or I can select just one at a time. And then I'm also able to filter by the different categories here. So, if we're looking at Hoofer outing, I could filter by just backpacking, just biking, everything that's happening within this month, I can see in the future. And then if I wanted to go ahead and sign up for one of these classes, I would just click on it. And then it will take me to that event page. Now, another thing to note with the Events tab is that when I say events, this means anything that's going to involve member participation or staff participation, anything that you're going to be attending. So it could be a Moonlight Canoe and Sea Kayak, it could be a 420 sailing lesson, it could be a Hoofers staff meeting, anything that people are going to need to sign up for prior to arriving. Now here in the event page, you'll notice we've got a detailed description. We've got our leaders tagged. So when these individuals log in, they'll be able to see this event show up on their Events I'm Leading page. The event trip, if there's a cost, that would be noted up here at the top here as well. And then if I'm interested in signing up, I would just go ahead and click sign up here. Additionally, as a staff member, again, just depending on your permissions, I can edit the event, change its visibility. If I'm going to be one of these leaders, something that might be very beneficial to me is going ahead and printing that roster. And then through there, I'll be able to select which criteria I want to view when I'm just checking off who's arrived. Then additionally, you're able to see the current participants for this event. So if I go ahead and click on these, it'll actually show me all of their contact information, if there's a picture with them, any information that I would need to know about them when they arrive for this event. Now jumping to the open event list, you'll see that I'm able to go ahead and filter this so I can search for different events based on the different clubs or other criteria. And then I'm able to see everything that's going on here as well. If I click on the eyeball, that's where you're able to go ahead and sign up through that event there as well. Now this is a new feature up at the top, the Sage Search. This is going to be if you're embedding any of the search views into the Hoofers website or for a calendar. We'll be releasing some more information about this shortly. As for our Users tab, here you're able to add and update contacts, issue ID cards, and then additionally you can find another user. Now this contact search, you can get really specific with this, do very granular searches. You can do either a general or a leadership search, but just to give you an idea, you can search obviously by name and contact info if you know it, but also by their different person types, the different permission groups. If you want to contact everybody who is a club president, you could search by that. You're also able to search by the different memberships they have, any events they've previously participated in, any ratings that they've been assigned, and the communication as well, if they're on any specific email lists. Now, ratings, we'll talk a little bit more in the future, but to give you an idea, these are those certifications, so you can see hey, this person is certified to be, or has certified for the yoga instructor training. If they are in the sailing club, you can see they have the Amanda Lynn Heavy Skipper. But then additionally, you can search by the ratings that they don't currently have, so anything that you want to go and advertise. So let's say I go ahead and click on our current members. We'll do a quick search. And then I'm now able to go ahead and generate an email list from this search as well, which we'll be able to use in our communication tab. What that's going to do is that's going to save the criteria for that search, not the actual users. So since I searched for current members, anybody who has their membership expire, they're going to be automatically removed from my email list, and anybody that then purchases a membership will be added automatically as well. Jumping to communications. So through our email campaigns, you're able to create some really beautiful newsletters and announcements, things like that. I'll let this load real quick so you can get a sneak peek. All right, and you can see we've got just our general Pinfire template here. But if I go to the ones that have already been created, you can see this was sent recently, become a leader within the Hoover Scuba Club, excuse me. And you can see they've added some photos. You know, they have this lovely apply now button. We have the banner at the bottom, so you can create really beautiful newsletters or emails, whatever you need to send through here as well. You're also able to access the email list archives, edit any page announcements, and the page content as well. Now, for the point of sale, a couple of these are going to be more specific permissions, so not all of you will have these, but you'll have the ability to administer accounts and items for sale. So this is adjusting the different items that are for sale in your point of sale, which I'll get to in a second, and then what the accounts those funds are going into as well. If we go to the invoices and quotes, you're able to see everything that was recently paid, if there's anything owed, any past refunds, anything along those lines. And I'll show you a little bit more with those in a bit. And then our point of sale. So this is where if you're one of the front desk admin or anywhere that you're going to be selling any of the merchandise, this is where you'll be operating out of mainly. So you can see we've got our favorite screen up here. These are the most popular items, and then also different merchandise. You're able to sell the memberships through here, the rentals, and then you can apply coupons, of course. Now, something I want to point out, we've got a customer sale and we have a cash sale. Now, just for your reference, cash sale doesn't necessarily mean that they're paying with cash. And the main difference is you'll notice I've got this little search here. So if somebody is coming in and they are signing up for an event, they're buying a membership, we want to know who is taking that so we can log it in our system. So you would go ahead and search for them right here. But if somebody's just coming in, you know, they're buying a quick lip balm or maybe a t-shirt, you don't need to log that to the account. That's where you would go ahead and click cash sale. So those are for those quick payments. Now, additionally, you're able to view financial reports and then recurring invoices. Now, in the Equipments tab, this is where we're going to be referencing any of the rental items that are available or anything that can be taken out by a member. So, example, those kayaks and the canoes we were just looking at, the sailboats, anything like that. Now you'll notice you can see create maintenance request and view equipment maintenance. So if I go here, this is where I'm able to see all of the active issues. We can see Badger Sloop number 8 has some rub rail damage, 420 number 10 has some fiber splitting, and then these maintenance requests can actually be assigned to individuals as well. So if you do have that permission access, you'll be able to log in and see any of the maintenance requests that are currently assigned to you specifically. Now, as for rentals, here's where you're able to access the equipment loan kiosk, and we can view anything that's currently pending checkouts or view all of the loan order history, but this might look familiar for some of you. This is where you're able to go ahead and scan your card or type in your member number, and then from here you'll be able to rent out all of that equipment. Additionally, we have the loan dashboard, so you can see everything that's currently checked out and the time that it was taken out, as well as any upcoming reservations. It's also able to go ahead and create new ones through here. And then here we're able to see the equipment reservations calendar. So you can also go ahead and create a reservation directly from this page, but its main purpose is to see which equipment is being taken out when. So if you're looking at this, I'm currently on a 3-day view, but I can look at, for example, Naughty Rascal. I can click on this reservation. I can see what exactly the start and end time is, the description. Is this scheduled for a event? Is it for a lesson? Is it a personal checkout? Anything like that. And then you'll also notice at the top, I'm able to see all of the different categories that it might be reserved for. Next, we're going to go ahead and focus on reports. So you can see we've got 3 different tabs here. We've got our custom reports, financial reports, and our general reports. And to give you an idea, general reports are going to involve everything with membership, how long have members been in the club over a period of time, how many people have a specific rating, what are the most popular classes, what are the most popular boats, everything along those lines. And then financial reports, these are when you're going to be getting into the more granular details of the financials. Now, as for administration, this tab is going to be limited. Not a lot of people are going to have access to this, but this is where you're going to be able to administer those elections, administer event templates, different membership types, what is currently visible on the point of sale, any maintenance issues that you want to add in through here. You're able to do that through the administration tab. Couple other things I'm going to point out. So at the top here, I'll click My Account, and this is something that you're able to see through the Find User page if you go to a specific member, so you can pull up their page as well. And from here, you're able to see all of their specific information, so I can go ahead and I can contact them directly if I'm looking to just reach out to them. I would be able to see their membership card info. If there's a picture associated, that'll be included here. You can also go ahead and see all of their current memberships. If they don't currently have one, you have the option to go ahead and renew and purchase a membership through here. Contact information, their login information, permission groups, different person types, any membership history, the ratings possessed, comments, volunteer hours, everything like that. So basically anything that you might need to know about a member. Also able to see if they have any linked family accounts here, as well as any past events that they may have participated in, anything they've led, past equipment they may have taken out, all of their past purchases as well. All right, and that concludes our Intro to RecHub video. For any questions, make sure to speak to one of your supervisors. And if you have any technical issues, you can email us at support@pinfirelabs.com. Have a great semester.